The sands of time whisper tales of a glorious past. A civilization that rose from the desert, kissed by the Nile, ancient Egypt. Its name conjures images of majestic pyramids and enigmatic sphinxes. But beyond these iconic wonders, another treasure awaits: the temples. These monumental structures stand as testaments to a civilization's devotion. They offer a glimpse into a world steeped in mythology, power, and divine worship. Imagine stepping back in time. The sun beats down on the arid landscape. You find yourself at the foot of a colossal temple, its sandstone walls adorned with intricate carvings. Hieroglyphs like ancient whispers tell stories of gods and pharaohs. Join us on a journey to uncover the secrets of these architectural marvels. The history of ancient Egypt spans millennia. Their temples, scattered along the Nile's fertile banks, provide a tangible link to that rich past. These sacred precincts weren't just places of worship, they were also centers of learning, commerce, and administration. The pharaohs, considered divine rulers, poured vast resources into constructing these grand monuments. They believed that by honoring the gods, they were ensuring the prosperity and stability of their kingdom. Join us as we journey back in time to explore the architectural ingenuity and religious significance of these remarkable structures. To truly understand ancient Egyptian temples, we must first understand their beliefs. The Egyptians were a deeply religious people. Their lives were intertwined with a complex system of gods and goddesses. Each deity had a role in maintaining the order of the universe, or Ma'at. The temples were seen as the earthly homes of these powerful beings. Entering a temple was akin to stepping into the presence of the gods themselves. People approached with reverence and humility. They brought offerings and performed rituals to seek favor or appease the deities. The pharaoh, as the intermediary between the gods and humanity, played a central role in temple life. The Nile, the lifeblood of Egypt, dictated the location of these temples. They were strategically placed along its banks, often near important cities or trade routes. This ensured the temples were easily accessible, both for religious purposes and for the everyday activities that often took place within their precincts. Temples served as centers of learning and administration. Scribes would copy and preserve sacred texts within their walls. Priests, who were often highly educated, would impart knowledge to young acolytes. Beyond their religious and educational functions, temples played a vital economic role. They owned large tracts of land and employed numerous workers. Of all the beliefs held by the ancient Egyptians, perhaps the most intriguing was their concept of the afterlife. They believed that death was not the end, but a transition to another realm, known as the Duat. Temples played a crucial role in securing a favorable afterlife, particularly for the pharaohs. The Egyptians believed that the pharaoh, upon death, would embark on a perilous journey through the underworld. To ensure his safe passage and eventual resurrection, elaborate rituals were performed in the temples. The temples themselves were often designed to symbolize this journey through the underworld. Approaching an ancient Egyptian temple was an awe-inspiring experience. Imagine standing before towering pylons, flanking a grand entrance. These massive structures, often adorned with colorful reliefs and towering statues, were just the beginning of the architectural journey. The construction of these temples was a feat of engineering, especially considering the limited technology of the time. Massive blocks of stone, quarried from distant sites, were transported with incredible ingenuity. Imagine teams of workers using ropes, sleds and ramps to move these colossal stones across vast distances. Once at the construction site, these stones were meticulously shaped and fitted together with astonishing precision. The fact that these structures have stood for millennia is a testament to their craftsmanship. Step through the towering pylons and you enter a world of courtyards, colonnades and hypostyle halls. The Egyptians were masters of using architecture to create a sense of awe and wonder. As you move deeper into the temple, the spaces become progressively smaller and darker, culminating in the inner sanctuary, the holiest of holies. The hypostyle halls, with their forests of massive columns, were designed to evoke a sense of the primordial swamp from which the Egyptians believed the world emerged. Sunlight filtering through the spaces between the columns cast intricate patterns of light and shadow, adding to the mystical atmosphere. Every element of the temple's design, from the layout of the rooms to the decorative motifs, was imbued with symbolic meaning. The walls and columns were adorned with intricate reliefs and carvings, depicting scenes from mythology, the pharaoh's reign, and the rituals performed within the temple. The Egyptians believed that the temple was a microcosm of the universe. The journey through the temple, from the open courtyards to the inner sanctuary, was a symbolic journey through the cosmos. The ceilings of the temples were often painted deep blue, adorned with stars, representing the night sky. The Egyptians were keen astronomers, and their temples often served as observatories. Priests would track the movements of the stars and planets, using their observations to develop a sophisticated calendar and to predict important agricultural events. The construction and decoration of these temples were a collaborative effort, involving skilled architects, craftsmen, artists, and laborers. No exploration of ancient Egyptian temples would be complete without a journey to Karnak. Imagine, if you will, not a single temple, but a complex, a city of temples. Spread over hundreds of acres, Karnak was not built by a single pharaoh, but evolved over centuries, each successive ruler adding their own mark, their own tribute to the gods. Dominating the complex is the great hypostyle hall, a forest of gigantic columns. Imagine the sheer scale, the effort required to quarry, transport, and erect these massive stone pillars. The hall is a symphony in stone, a testament to the ambition and ingenuity of its builders. As you wander through the complex, you'll encounter towering obelisks, intricately carved walls, and serene sacred lakes. South of Karnak, connected by a once grand avenue lined with sphinxes, lies the Temple of Luxor. Imagine strolling down this avenue, the setting sun casting long shadows from the rows of mythical creatures. This was a place of processions, of grand festivals celebrating the annual flooding of the Nile. Luxor Temple, dedicated to the Theban triad of Amun, Mut, and Khonsu, is a masterpiece of architectural harmony. Unlike Karnak, which evolved organically over centuries, Luxor was planned and built on a grand scale. Its pylons, adorned with scenes of Ramses II's military victories, still inspire awe. Luxor Temple was more than just a place of worship, it was a symbol of royal power. Our journey takes us south, deep into Nubia, to the awe-inspiring temples of Abu Simbel. Imagine a desolate landscape, the sun beating down on the golden sands of the desert. Carved into a cliff face, two colossal temples stand guard, their facades adorned with gigantic statues of Ramses II. The great temple at Abu Simbel is a testament to the ego of Ramses II, one of Egypt's most powerful pharaohs. 4 colossal statues of the king, each 66 feet tall, guard the entrance. The interior of the temple is equally impressive, with its hypostyle hall supported by massive Osirid pillars. The smaller temple, dedicated to Ramses II's beloved wife Nefertari, is a testament to love and devotion. In the 1960s, the temples were relocated to higher ground to save them from the rising waters of Lake Nasser. The ancient Egyptians saw their world as a delicate balance, a constant interplay between order and chaos. The Nile, with its annual floods, was the most potent symbol of this cycle. The temples, strategically placed along the river's banks, played a pivotal role in maintaining this balance. Festivals were not mere celebrations, They were rituals, reenactments of mythical events designed to appease the gods and ensure the continued fertility of the land. The annual flooding of the Nile, for example, was associated with the god Hapi, who brought prosperity and abundance. Temples like Karnak and Luxor hosted grand festivals celebrating this event with processions, offerings, and dramatic performances. These festivals were not just religious observances. They were a reaffirmation of the social order, a time for people from all walks of life to come together and celebrate their shared heritage. While the grand temples like Karnak and Luxor were primarily associated with the pharaoh and the elite, smaller temples, scattered throughout the land, served the spiritual needs of ordinary Egyptians. These local temples, dedicated to a variety of deities, provided a place for people to offer prayers, seek guidance, and make offerings. Imagine a farmer, his hands calloused from a lifetime of toil, entering a small temple dedicated to Hathor, the goddess of love, music, and joy. He brings a simple offering of fruit or grain, a prayer for a bountiful harvest and the health of his family. These everyday acts of piety were an integral part of Egyptian life, a constant reminder of the presence of the divine in the mundane. The temples also played a role in important life events. Families would bring their newborn children to be blessed by the priests. Young couples would seek the gods' favor for a happy and fruitful marriage. The sick and infirm would come seeking healing, believing that the priests, with their knowledge of herbs and rituals, could intercede with the gods on their behalf. The temples, therefore, were not just places of worship. They were woven into the very fabric of Egyptian society. They provided solace in times of hardship, hope for the future, and a connection to something greater than themselves. Today, millennia after their construction, the temples of ancient Egypt continue to captivate our imagination. They stand as enduring testaments to a civilization's ingenuity and artistry. The sheer scale and grandeur of these structures inspire awe. Intricate carvings offer a glimpse into a world rich in symbolism. As we stand amidst the ruins of Karnak, wander through the hypostyle halls of Luxor, or gaze up at the colossal statues of Abu Simbel, we are transported back in time. These temples are more than just stones and mortar. They are repositories of memory, whispering tales of a civilization intertwined with the cosmos. The ancient Egyptians believed their temples would last for eternity, and in a sense, they have. They have weathered the ravages of time and the shifting sands of the desert. They stand today as a testament to the enduring power of human creativity. These majestic structures will continue to inspire awe and wonder, reminding us of the enduring legacy of ancient Egypt. As the sun sets over the Egyptian desert, the ancient temples stand in silence, whispering tales of eternity. Under the night sky, the stars watch over these timeless structures. Detailed carvings and stone inscriptions tell stories of gods and pharaohs. Incense smoke wafts through the air, mingling with the flickering flames of oil lamps. Inside, the temples remain places of worship, where divine and mortal worlds once interacted. These majestic exteriors continue to inspire awe, standing as tests. The ancient Egyptians believed in Maat, the cosmic order and balance that governed their world. The temples, with their precise alignment to the stars, their intricate symbolism, and their role as centers of knowledge and spirituality, were physical manifestations of this desire for order and harmony. They stand today as a reminder of the enduring human need to find meaning in a chaotic universe. As we stand in the shadow of these colossal structures, we are reminded of the fleeting nature of our own existence. Empires rise and fall, cities crumble, and even the mightiest of kings return to the dust. Yet the temples endure, their presence a testament to the human spirit's ability to create something that transcends time.